but I will say that second season, I think there's already a live action Arcane. This is official, guys. Oh, when I look,
Just look back.
yeah, and the acting was so bad. Like I ended up just changing everything.
I'm Daniel. I'm a story artist at DreamWorks Animation.
I'm Andres. I'm working at Fortiche right now, on Arcane season 2 now, but I was working on season 1. I think that's the nice thing with Fortiche. Like everyone, everyone has their favorite part of production. Every department they think is like the most important. But I think the nice thing with Arcane is that it really shows what a project can look like when you put care and thought into every single point of production. I mean, same thing with Spider-Verse, right? Same kind of mentality.
Yeah, and also trying to like do something different. There are a lot of like I think animation until Spider Verse and now Arcane was kind of at a standstill where you kind of got stuff that was looking like more and more CG, and now we've taken like a step back into like the artistry of it, where they're like, why does this look like CG? Why not make it look like a painting? Why not make it look like art? I think what Arcane did was they made taking a risk profitable and cool. Because
Definitely.
like our League of Legends, like or Riot could afford to take that risk, and they took the risk, and it paid off, and now everyone's like, "Oh fuck, quick, paint some background."
Let's stop keeping them on the edge. Let's show the reel if they haven't seen it, and then we can go
Yeah,
back to questions.
I know. The hex core. I I can't do it. You have to. Please. What about your disease without the hex core? Promise me. Okay. Okay. I promise. We
Yes.
lost ourselves. Lost our dream. In the pursuit of great, we failed to do good.
Hello, spoilers. Oh, we should have said that before.
they knew what they were getting into. They knew. The 2D effects are so sick.
It stopped right at the big spoiler part too. So if you guys are afraid of spoilers, you can stop right now.
The real powder.
There's absolutely no mocap used on most, like I'd say like 99% of the animation you see. Like all main characters are hand keyframed.
Let's start
Okay,
with
let's.
the hardest scene that you had to animate.
I guess it would be the Victor Jace scene where like they're both in the shot because it's two characters there.
And you sent me the reference, right? We actually have the reference for that scene.
For you guys who are going into animation, like on Arcane, we're very reference heavy. So you'll see when you see these references, like we followed probably almost all the shots. We really followed the references and stuck to it to get like that subtlety in the acting that makes the characters feel so real.
I remember before the show came out, you're like, there's a good bromance in there, man.
This is exactly. Well, I was excited too. Like these are my first good shots, and I was like, and it's a bromance. I'm like,
Yeah.
hell yeah, this is what I want.
All right, so this is the Javik scene that everyone loves.
Yes, and we'll get into the Jace Victor stuff. Don't worry.
I can't.
Oh,
The word is spreading.
You have to. Please.
Oh, we're getting into the JVIC on this stream. Don't you worry, people.
What about your disease without the hex core? Promise me. Okay. Okay. I promise.
Oh yeah, I did like almost all of them.
We lost ourselves. Lost
This
our
is
dream.
rare. Usually I have to get other people to do my
In
rest.
pursuit of great,
The mask.
we failed to do good.
Damn, dude. I actually have a question for you. Okay, how important do you think like acting ability is when it comes to being like an animator on a show like Arcane? Like, do you think people who can't act as well will find it harder to like animate well on the show?
Well, that's the thing with Arcane is this is a show where acting is huge. Like it's really natural acting. It's not over acted, like in most animated productions where you have to exaggerate things, make it more fun and exciting. With Arcane, we wanted real, like, even with the cameras, there's always like movement in the cameras in almost all the shots because they want it to feel like it's live action basically, but it's animated. We still exaggerate things and push things and get the artistry in, but with the acting, it's got to be natural. It's if Victor was a real person and Jace was a real person, he's asking you to let him die. He's asking you to pull the plug. Like, what is the most realistic, natural reaction to that? And so I think if you're not good at acting like me, it's going to be painful. But if you can at least do really strong acting in your animation, even if it's not your reference, then you're okay. You can ask someone else to help you with your reference, which is what I do a lot on this production because it's really difficult trying to get that really natural, believable acting. I did it on these shots because I was really into it and I was able to click in, but most of the time I can't.
Yeah.
It's just too difficult.
This is pretty accurate to how it ended up. Down to the nose silhouette.
So you're going to get an Oscar for your acting. Sorry, it's a TV series. We don't go to the Oscars.
You can get an Annie? What can you get?
Oh, we're scooping up the Annies. I'm telling you that.
Wow.
Like, the production's probably the smartest production I've ever seen. Like, it's so streamlined, so smartly done. It's not like just throwing money at it to fix problems. It's like actually planning and doing it the smartest and most efficient way possible.
Someone asks, how do you approach acting in a shot? Is there a process or way you break things down?
If I'm not able to put myself in the person's situation because it's too unrealistic to me, I try to think of an emotion that I've experienced that's similar to that. Like, for example, that scene with when Victor tells Jace that he wants him to let him die. I tried to imagine how I would act if someone I cared about, told me that they wanted me to pull the plug on them. And I actually imagined because Jace sees Victor as a brother, I imagined if my brother told me that. And so I imagined them there, like, telling me that as I acted that scene. And I noticed, one thing that was cool that I had in my reference was, I noticed, I had an exhale, but it wasn't like a regular exhale. It was kind of like someone sucker punched me in the gut and just went. And I put that in the shot with Jace, which was a cool thing. And that kind of mentality helps.
Wow. It's cool how you thinking about something added to the animation. That's what I mean by I guess acting better could make the show better.
The thing is, we have to get our reference approved.
Oh wait, you do?
Yeah, I can't just do a reference and use it.
I didn't know that. I didn't know you had to get your reference approved. That's crazy.
Acting is so heavy on this show that we need to just get our references approved. So there's a week where I can't get a single reference approved. So I'm in the ref room all week. And sometimes I just screw it. I pick someone who's good at reference. I'm like, can you just do this reference for me? Because he's not going to approve anything I do. And it happens. It happens. I'm telling you, sometimes if I'm going into a character I'm not used to, I'm just like, no, I'm not even going to try this. I have a friend, Francesca. She does her references first pass and it's approved. So I'm like, if I have a shot that's difficult, I'm like, please just do it for me. And I've asked her so many times.
That's cool. You can just get someone. Does Alexi ever open up your reference, see it's someone else, and just go, all right, Andres. Is he ever sad that you didn't do it yourself? You just got someone else to do it?
No, he doesn't care. Actually, he's probably happier that I ask someone, usually because he knows I'm not good at reference. I show my first pass of references and he just looks at me. He approved my one reference, which was not Vi. And then he's like, I think you should ask someone else to do your Vi reference.
Is there specific people in the studio that are like, this person's good at acting as Jinx, this person's good at Jace? There is.
Yeah, okay. Actually, I'm like a pro sad Jace. I've done so much sad Jace. I'm a JVic fan too. Don't worry, I've earned my place.
The fandom started because of your sad Jace.
You're welcome.
If you were less sad
for your sad Jace. I won't say I'm the reason for sad Jace though. I'm happy I contributed. To sad Jace. I've done a fair part of Jace.
You were a part of a bigger cog. Good job looking like a kicked puppy. You've won the internet with this boy.
Yeah,
good job looking sad, Andres.
The fans know, Jace, I like Jace as a character, but he's a crybaby, you know, like he plays the tough guy, but he's like the most sensitive character on this show. How long did you have to animate a shot, and did the production timeline allow for shots to be reanimated multiple times? How heavily did you rely on storyboards? Officially, the quotas for animation are 5 seconds a week, which is a little bit higher than a typical feature. So for features, I think the average is 2 to 3 seconds a week. Arcane, it's 5, so it's a bit faster pace.
How much is TV? Like normal TV?
TV, I'd say the average TV production is 30 to 35 seconds a week.
Oh my god.
So this is a lot. I mean, you can obviously tell with the show, it's not the same amount of time.
It's pretty much feature quality. 35 seconds a week.
And how heavily do we rely on storyboards? Very heavily. The board team on season 1 was fantastic. They put so much detail, and I mean, like every department, they put so much care into them. Like constantly, sometimes I would shoot ref, and then Alexi, our supervisor, would go back to the boards and be like, yeah, see, you missed this from the storyboards. Like they got this intention, this angle, like this, you need to get this in your reference.
Do you want to play League of Legends?
I've played League of Legends when I was in high school and a bit of college.
Yeah, I remember people trying to get me into League. Yeah, and then I'm like, this game is shit. And after watching Arcane, how many people in this chat tried League of Legends and were like, ooh. Okay, after I watched Arcane, I actually downloaded what's that game called? Yeah, Legends of Runeterra. I downloaded that, and I'm like, I opened it up. I'm like, why did I download this again? I realized it's because I watched Arcane. I'm like, I have to get more of this.
How does working with Riot measure up to previous clients/jobs? I think Riot, at least from the side I've seen, they're a fantastic client. Like they care, like the way you guys care about these characters on the show, and if you're League fans, how you care about your favorite characters, like they feel the same way.
Nerdy gamers, that's who you need in charge, not like business people.
Yeah, exactly. You let the artists do their job. You know, like the business people, they handle the business side. They get the money for the project and the funding, the thing they need, and then you let the artists do the artist job. I think there's a lot of studios, you know, and companies that the environments and the projects, you know, they suffer because they keep the artists tied down.
I actually have, you sent me another reference, and this is the you told me that you wanted a live reaction to this Sky Def reference, and I've never seen this, so I'm pretty excited to watch this.
This is what it looked like when we started. Started writing.
Oh my god.
That's our hex core. That Sky dying.
I love how the hex core is someone taking your arm and violently fucking shaking it.
Yeah, that was our lead. That was my lead at the time. And someone asked, this is all approved, ref. This is all approved.
Yeah, he saw this and was like, I can see the future.
Not all ref we get approved as the most brilliant acting, but...
Oh shit, wait, I want to go... Where's the one where you look... Yeah, this...
Oh, when I look?
Just look back.
Yeah. And the acting was so bad, like I ended up just changing everything. And I was like, we did like most of that rep all at once. So I was sweating after we did all that, and I was yelling when I did the ref to get into the move, right?
This shit is
so I was like
funny.
Yelling. If I showed you the ref with the original audio, it's just me going like ah.
And it switches dudes.
Yeah.
It switches dudes.
That's my buddy Steve.
That's so fucking funny. It just... Like it just goes from you screaming to just another guy. It's like, you know,
Someone's
in like
like,
the TV shows where they like fire a guy, and then you know in like
yeah,
Game of Thrones where there's that guy who just the next season it was just a different guy. That's how this feels.
yeah, that's exactly. We
You
recast Victor.
you like weren't good enough, so they have to change you.
Someone in the chat was like, "Can we have all of Arcane with just reference?"
Yeah. Can we?
Man, I would love that, but the amount of time it would take me to go through all the animators' messy folders, and most animators are not organized with their folders, and find the reference and put it together and for the whole show. I'm sorry,
Okay,
I don't
okay.
have that time.
Because of how well referenced Arcane is, right now in the world exists a live action Arcane. There's a live
There's
action Arcane
already
out there.
there's already a live action Arcane. This is official, guys.
Jace's sex
Well,
scene.
so okay, interesting thing if you
Wait,
guys
wait,
don't know
wait,
about
wait, 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 wait.
what?
Jace's sex scene. Is there a reference for that?
I think there is reference, but it wasn't from people in the studio. I think you know where they found the reference for that. Actually, a fun story. You guys will love this. Originally, there's like one shot of like Jace's butt, with Mel there, and like he's like thrusting or something. And apparently, the original animation was a little more aggressive, and one of the notes was, "Can you please tone it down a little less aggressive?"
Oh my god,
that
that's
that was an official note from the directors.
thrust less.
Here's a little thing for the JVIC fans that I have to say. So for you guys who know the show well, there's that sex scene with Mel, and then immediately after, Mel wakes up and she's in bed by herself. And where is Jace? He's at Victor's side because he's sick. So man like hooks up with her and then just dips and goes to Victor. I think I mean, if you ask me, like it seems like Jace has a preference for sure.
You think the whole time he was with her, he was thinking about his boy? You think that's why it cut back to his boy?
I don't know if I can say anything, but I think I know which one he's chosen. Jason Mel, like it's just a cover, We all know Jace really loves Victor. Come on,
Yeah.
like it's love.
I think it took him having sex with her to know he really loves Victor. The first thing I drew of Arcane was actually this. I think this was like a stream request.
That I approve.
Yeah, it was.
That's great.
Alien's
You
request.
really, you know what I would have. The one thing I would have loved to have in there is if you had like one of them kind of being a little more like tsundere mentality. Like I totally see like Jace is the one that's going all for Victor, and Victor's kind of like I love you, but not right now.
Mel Javik is a thing. That's a ship. You can't ship
Oh,
three
yeah.
people. Jace has two
Actually,
hands.
no. I actually another fun fact from Fortiche. I'll say that the story artists on Arcane shipped Mel Javik.
Did they? Damn, story
And
artists
they've
are
done
freaky.
they've done their own internal fanfics of it. I've seen it.
Oh god, you said that like you've seen some shit. You said that like you've been through war. After Arcane came out, like did you guys like cheer? Like did you guys see the like stats on Netflix and you're like, "Oh fuck." At what point did you realize you're like, "Oh, this is a game changer?" After it came out.
Oh, after I mean I think I told you. I think I probably told you when I first arrived at Fortiche, because when I came, it was they finished like the first 5 episodes already.
Yeah.
So the first day of work, it was like the craziest day. Actually, if you guys can imagine, like the show's not released, you come to the studio and we got to sit down and watch the first 5 episodes. Only the first three or four were rendered before, like a year before it came out, right? So I sit here, I had no idea what to expect, like same as you guys, and I sit and watch there, and we're all there, all us, the new guys that started that day, and I watched it, and like right away we're like, holy crap, like this is a real project, like that's being made, and we have to work on this, like it was literally like my mind was blown and it was like a dream come true project. When Arcane came out, the first thing I did was go on our Arcane and I like was sifting through all that fan art, all the stuff. Like all of us at the studio, we were all looking at that stuff. We were loving it. So all you guys who were doing fan art and ships and all the kind of content from the show, like we were watching it and we were sharing it in our chats and we loved it all. So thank you guys, anyone who contributed to that. Like you guys might be fans of our work, but we're fans of your work too. Okay, this is like a two-way thing. What can we expect from the second season, Wampy? Wampy wants me to break my NDA.
Yeah, Wampy's trying actively to make you lose your job.
Well, first of all, it's not done, but I will say that second season, I think.
You shouldn't say anything else about season 2.